Hello everybody, this is the last finger puppet tutorial for this series of weather finger puppets. We are going to be working on our cloudy weather finger puppet. So let's get started. Some of the materials that you'll need for this project are some wool yarn and felt, a finger puppet base, and a hot glue gun and a pair of scissors. I'm using a pair of scissors that I just use for fabric so that I don't dull my scissors when I use them for paper. I have a separate set of scissors for paper. So I'm just going to cut a small little rectangular piece out of this dark gray felt. I had been running really low on my felt supplies and I had to break into two large pieces of gray felt that are 18 inches by 18 inches that I had kept for another project, but I really needed them for this one. So I've just penciled in the word cloudy and now I'm just going to embroider it with some black embroidery thread. So I'm doing a simple back stitch for this, and as I've said before in this series of finger puppets, if you have a machine to do this, by all means use the machine, because this embroidery took a while and it was quite tedious, and as I said, I probably would not survive the 1800s with all that embroidery. But anyway, I managed to do 6 of them, and my kids really did enjoy them. And so this is what it looks like when it's done. It says cloudy, and that one turned out pretty good. This is the 6th one, and I finally got the spacing right, and I didn't have it too low at the bottom. So this is where my video cuts out and I had to re-record this. So I'm just going to show you how I assembled the rest of the finger puppet, and if you notice that there isn't any embroidery on this one, that's because I just had to redo it and I wasn't going to redo the embroidery. Since I do have the finger puppet, I just have lost or accidentally deleted the video for this. So this part went really fast since I was just assembling a simple finger puppet. It was about 15-20 minutes, but when you're doing it with the embroidery, it takes much longer. So I put on a dark gray tunic, and now I am just working on the cape, which I have dubbed this the superhero cape because it kind of just flaps open almost like the wings of a bird. And I have also cut down all the tunics and the capes to the base of the finger puppet. So these are kind of smaller compared to our other finger puppets, but they also don't tip over at all. They can stand very sturdy on the wood block. So I'm going to quickly braid her little scarf there, and I'm just tying it off with some of the embroidery thread that I've got. And I'm just going to glue it in place. I don't want to add a lot of glue. Sometimes I wonder whether the kids eventually want to change up the finger puppets or remove certain parts of them, so I only just use a dab of glue. I also added a little embellishment to her coat, her cape, and now I'm working on the hair. I had pre-cut a lot of lengths of hair that made her have long hair down to the base of the finger puppet. It's a little bit extra long here, but I do give her a trim. And as always, I get a little excessive with the hair, so I've got about 3 layers of hair there, and now I'm going to give her a quick trim. And then I use the little pieces that I've trimmed off to work on her bangs. And I'm really sorry that I'm really low in the frame for the whole video here. I was trying to zoom in a little bit more to make it a little bit more easy to see, and was not paying attention to where the camera position was. So I'm nearly done here. I just want to add her little scarf, which I had cut into a triangle, and then I'm going to just take a few strands of her hair to the front and then flip up the rest of her hair and then glue her little scarf underneath her hair on the base of the finger puppet, like on the wood piece. And it just needs 2 little dollops of glue. Just hold it there for a second for it to cool and dry, and then a little bit on the top. I don't like keeping that part open, then the kids tend to mess around with it too much, so I do like to glue down the little scarf. And then I added some wool batting to trim off her little scarf just for an extra detail, and just gave it a little bit of glue in the back, trim off the excess, and then she is nearly done. So I'm just going to show you both dolls here. The one on the left has the embroidery, and of course the one on the right is the one that I just finished. They're practically identical. And here's a close-up look of the one that I made that I lost the footage for. But there's the word cloudy, and I added a couple of embroidered clouds to the top of that as well. So if you enjoyed seeing this one and you want to catch up on our whole series of weather finger puppets, you can click here for that playlist. And if you'd like to see how we did the lettering for our weather wood block, you can click here for that tutorial. And if you're on a mobile device, I will add the links to those videos in the description below. And if you'd like to see more pictures, you can check out my website at pepperandpine.com. All right, thanks for watching.